Good morning, everyone. So welcome to the Web Technology Lab with Mini Project. So we'll see today the lab exercise fifth one. Right? So now I'll share the window. We'll see the problem definition first. What is a problem definition? So the problem statement. The subject code 17CSL77. In that we have already seen first, second, third, and fourth one. So today we'll see the fifth program. So what is the fifth program? The design an XML document to store information about a student in an engineering college affiliated to VTU. The information must include USN, name of the college, branch, year of joining, and email ID. Make up a sample data for 3 students. Create a CSS style sheet and use it to display the document. So what the problem statement says, first we need to create an XML document which stores the information about a student of an engineering college. Right? So student information is such as a USN number, name of a student, name of the college, branch, then year of joining, and a email ID. Right? With this, we need to create a sample of a 3 student information and adding a CSS style sheets to display the content. Right? So now we'll see how XML is created and what is XML. So first we'll see the XML explanation. What is a XML? So why XML is used, right? So we'll see XML. So XML is a extendable markup language which defines a set of rules for encoding of a document in such a format which is both human readable and a machine readable format, right? So the design goals of XML which focuses on the simplicity, generality, and usability across the internet. The XML program is very simple to write. It is a textual data format with a strong support via the Unicode for different human languages. The design of XML focuses on the document. The language is widely used for the representation of arbitrary data structure which used in a web services. Right? The uses of XML are the XML, which stands for the extendable markup language. XML is a markup language like a HTML. HTML is hypertext markup language. The XML is designed to store and transport some of our data. XML is designed to be a self-descriptive, where we can write our own tag elements to display the content of XML table. So what is the difference between XML and HTML? So XML is designed to carry data emphasizing on what type of data it is. Right? The user defined information can be used to display in XML, but HTML is used to design and display data emphasizing on how data looks. Right? How the data looks. The data, it can be formatted using a different HTML element. The XML tags are not predefined like a HTML tag elements, right? Then HTML is a markup language, whereas XML provides a framework for defining a markup languages. HTML is about displaying a data, whereas XML is a static one, right? And XML is about carrying information which makes actually the dynamic web page. HTML is a static web page and XML is a dynamic web page. Right? How the elements are created in XML. The XML elements are basic building blocks of XML document, which is used as a container to store some text elements, attributes, the media objects, and so on. Right? Every XML document which contains at least one element whose scopes are delimited by a starting element and an end element, or in case of empty element, it is delimited by an empty element, empty tag. Right? The syntax of defining XML elements are Angular brackets, XML, element name, then the attributes name. The contents of the element, then close the element tag, right? Opening element tag and closing element tag. Element name is the name of the element, name of the, then attribute, it is user defined element name, right? Attributes are used to define XML element property, and these attributes are separated by the white space. How we are using in HTML, like that here also we can provide XML attributes. The rules to define XML elements are: an element which contain alphanumeric values or the characters, but only there are three special characters used to define the element name, right? The underscore, hyphen, and a period. Dot one we have to use, right? Then the name element names are case sensitive, which means lowercase letters have different meaning and uppercase letters have a different meaning. For example, the address, you can write it ADDRESS in lowercase or in uppercase or any middle upper letters. Then these all are different elements of an XML. Both start and end elements for any element need to be same. An element which is a container and which can contain a text or an element. Text or an element. Right? Now we'll move to the coding part, how the coding will be done. Right? So I'll show you the code part here. So now we'll see how the XML code is written. Right? So now we'll go to the XML part here. The XML, which is a beginning tag of a XML code. So XML has to be written in angular brackets with a question mark. Less than question mark and greater than is the ending tag, right? XML which has its own version. So version is the attribute where it has an 1.0 version. We need to specify the version, right? So XML style sheet. The next element is XML hyphen style sheet. So us it which uses a style sheets to make attractive web pages. Right? So type, the next attribute is type, where it allows us to add a text or a CSS file. Then the hyperreference program 5.css. So this is a in a problem statement they have given that we need to add a cascading style sheet. So we have added a CSS file in the XML style sheet element only. Right? After the XML tag, HTML will be included. Document type HTML, then the HTML head element. Under head element, we need to write the student information because this XML is not having any body part, right? Only the content what we are adding in the head part will be displayed as a content of XML page, right? So after the head tag, we have to add the actual information of the web page. So here we are displaying three student information in such a way that USN number, name of the student, college name, branch, then the year and email ID. Year and email ID, right? So what we need to display? So here we are displaying a student name, year, then which one? Email, branch, and a USN, right? So it starts with the user defined names, right? User defined name. So here we can use any name of the element name, right? User defined names. So we need to check. Wait for the second. I'll just change it. In this first head, first student information. So we have declared student's description as an head tag, head of the information page. Then the first information, students is a first parent information, parent element of the other student element, right? Then we have created first student information. Under the student element, we have created a 5 such elements where it displays its own information like USN, name, college, branch, year, email, right? So USN we have created in a capital letters, name and college are in a lower characters, right? So you can specify the information of a student. So USN, then a name, the college, branch, year, and email ID. So first USN, first student information has to be closed using a student element, right? Closing of student element. Then again, to create the next student information, we need to open a student element again. Then under that there is an element called USN with the information, then name has to be closed, then college element, again information, then college element will be closed, then branch, year, email ID, right? Email ID. Then we have closed the second information. Then again third information, third student information. Similarly, we need to open the student tag. Then USN we need to fill. Then name, add the name of a student. Then college. Then branch, right? Branch, year, email ID. Then once all the three information are added in the file, then close the main students. So students, under student there is a student tag, student elements. So student will give you the three information about the student, then the HTML closing tag, right? So this is a XML code. So with this we can execute the XML file. So once you store this file as an extension .xml, so this is a file which is a extendable markup language. So save this file as a xml.xml. So we have to store with program5.xml. So XML has to be a extension because we are using the XML tag, right? So after saving it, go to the location where it is and just run it. Just double click on that so that you will get the output, right? I'll show you the output now. So we have to share the document where I have stored. So I have stored in a file and I am double clicking on that. So here I'll just show you where I have stored the files, and here in this I have web notes, in that web program, lab program, then a fifth lab program, right? So now I need to run this file, all right? So run this file. So once I'll run it, so we'll get the output. So double click on program5.xml, right? So we need a CSS file also. We need a CSS file also. So CSS file is created with the help of a text editor only. So just look at the text editor where the CSS file is stored, right? So program5.css, which is having a CSS file. So student element has a different cascading style specification. USN has a different cascading style specification, name element, college element, branch, year, and email. So all the elements have different colors and font size, right? So these are the some of the cascading style sheets we have applied for the program 5.xml, right? So student name will be in a navy color, then the USN is in red, name is in blue, right? We'll look at the output now, right? So now we'll see the output here in this. I'll run the code where we'll see the output, right? Double click on the file where you have stored the file. So when you double click it, it will display in this information. All right. So here Now the output is, so how to get the output? Now I'll show you. Just double click on the file and it will open in one of the browser. Which browser if you have specified, in that browser it will display the information. See, the student information, SN is in red, name is in blue color. The first one is RNSIT, second one is VDIT, and the third one is AGIT. Right? So three student information in different style specification we are displaying. Right? So XML will store and export the data. Right? So it is very easy to learn the XML file. So this is an output. Right? I hope everybody understood how the program will be executed in the XML file. Right? XML file. Fine. I will continue next lab